YouTube live. All messages are visible. Yes, I want all messages visible. Let me see, can I go live for an hour? Let's see what we can do. My channel. Do a couple things while you're here. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and press that post notification bell so you will never miss out. Did it end? What is it? Nope, I'm still here. Okay, I guess it's still going. Alright, so hello everyone, my name is Darlene Antoinette and welcome back to my channel. I need for you to do a couple of things. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. Oh, hold on. Now, we can do a filter. I mean, this is just regular, normal. I mean, that's fine. But, how can I like that one? I don't know. No, I don't want to do black and white. This is a nice one. Um, mm, uh, eh. Too many options. Okay, let's just go with this one. Okay. Look, I'm trying to figure out how to live go. So hello everyone, my name is Darlene Antoinette. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, subscribe to my channel. Press that post notification bell so you will never miss out when I post another video. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I don't have anything planned to talk about. But I put as the title, we are the creator of our own reality. And what does that mean? What does that mean to be the creator of your own reality? I feel like for me, it means that it gives you more responsibility on how you move in your life, you know? Because if you feel like you have no control over any type of circumstances, then you just kind of free for all, like whatever will be, you know. And that's not how this thing goes. You have way more control in this than you realize. So with understanding that, it's like, okay, me understanding and knowing that I am the creator of my own reality, and that means that I don't have to monitor my thoughts and how I feel, but I know how I truly desire to feel. I know what can take me to a good feeling place. And so I'm just gonna desire to be there often, you know? So that means I desire to be happier more often. Just to have the desire. You know, sometimes we're not there always. But when we're not there, it's enough to just ask for it, you know, to allow, to desire, to be in a better feeling place. And you just kind of have to allow a better feeling place to come. So, yeah, being, you are the creator of your own reality means the way that you think and how you feel about those things that you think or the things that you experience. Because it doesn't always have to be a thing, you know. We do stress a lot about, okay, what goes on inside of your mind, you know, becomes a part of your reality. The more that you focus on something, you know, it shows up in your life, but also your experiences. So I guess it does start in your mind. Lord have mercy, maybe this is not the right time. It's all about the right time. Okay, there it is. Hey, how you doing? See, and just in that moment, you know, you get frustrated about something, and then you realize, like, okay, whatever. You have to surrender to it. Like, okay, all right, whatever. Maybe this is not the right time, and you just kind of have that more settled type of mentality. It just, it just gets right, you know. And that is what I mean by you are the creator of your own reality. You should not allow anything outside of yourself to put you in a undesirable emotional place. And so when you learn that, you cannot be wavered by anything. Now, granted, it's gonna be difficult in the beginning because if you're a person that's always triggered, like everything triggers you, like if you dropping something on the ground triggers you to feel annoyed or something or irritated, or if people can annoy you or and stuff like that, it may be difficult in the beginning. But I don't even want to use the word difficult. We're just gonna say you just have to allow yourself to have a different experience. That's all you gotta do, and just go with the flow. You can't like stress it out. Like, don't stress it out. Don't overthink it. Don't do nothing. Just breathe. Like, that's the biggest thing. Breathe. Just breathe. So I do have a podcast. The name of my podcast is on the Self Love Princess podcast, and I pretty much talk like this. Sometimes I get inspired to speak about different topics in regards to like spirituality, and then I just turn on that mic and I just start talking, and then next thing you know, I'm talking for 15 minutes, I'm talking 30 minutes, I'm talking almost an hour. So those podcasts will come out as they come. And I say in some of the podcast episodes that um, I've created all of this stuff in advance. Like, I have so many podcasts just already in the can waiting to come out. And the reach is not there yet. But at the same time, it's like it's gonna be like a progressive thing. Like everything is always in the up leveling of growing and progressing. Some slower than others, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that your path can't speed up. You just have to be easier about it, and that's one thing that I'm kind of hung up on. Like, I just have to be easier about it. Sometimes we feel like we need to put in more work, more work, more work, more work, and it's no, all the work is done. Like when I say all the work is done, I'm saying I don't have to record another podcast for the remaining of this entire year, because that is how many recordings I have stored to be released, already scheduled to come out on my page. And so it's like, and it's just information. I'm sorry if you saw that bubble. My mouth is a little watery. But yeah, when just if you learn how to move in inspiration, the inspiration doesn't feel like hard work at all. It feels effortless. And so I used to pressure myself all the time to in regards to my blog or whatever. I would think, okay, I need to make sure that I have a blog post out every single week. Every single week, I need to have a blog post. Okay, maybe I need to do a particular time. Like maybe I should do it on Sunday at 8 a.m. when I first wake up. And it's just like you put so much kind of stress on yourself to do this particular thing at this particular time. And then my thought is, well, what if I don't feel like doing it at that particular time on that particular day? And so I allow myself, I realized that in my spiritual journey that I was going to literally learn how to surrender. So if you're a religious person, you believe in God and Christianity, I understand Christianity because that's what I grew up in. But now I'm more of like a spiritual person, still believe in God and the higher power, but I still believe in Jesus. Yeah, but I just think about everything in a different way. But what? So look, I fuck, and I could. I forgot what I was talking about, but I could just go off. But you just have to do a little bit at a time. I was saying something about the podcast. Oh, the blogs. I wanted to put out blog posts every single week, but I'm just like, what if I don't feel like it during that week? And so that's when people feel like they have to drill into the willpower and you have to be strong, and even when you don't feel like doing it, you gotta push through. That is not. That's gonna burn you out. That's gonna make you feel like, bro, I don't want to do this shit. Like, if it's gonna be like this, I don't want it to be that way. And it doesn't have to be like that. It really, really doesn't have to be like that. It can be more so like, okay, I know what I desire. When I feel inspired to do something, then I'm gonna do it. So if I have a podcast, if I desire a podcast, if I don't know what I want to put into my particular podcast, I'm not going to stress myself on thinking about, okay, what do I need to talk about? I'm going to allow the inspiration of the thoughts to lead me. The desire is already out there, and whatever that desire may be, whether it's to be a YouTuber, whether it's to be a podcaster, to be a musician, to be a doctor, to be a nurse, or whatever, just sit with the thought of, it would be nice to be do this particular thing. Enjoy that time. Enjoy those thoughts of you being that thing. Imagine yourself if so. How would it be? Don't mix in all the extra stuff like how would it happen and all that kind of stuff. Quite frankly, all of that stuff is irrelevant. The path will be revealed to you. So you don't have to try to figure it all out now. That's something that I used to have an issue with, that I'm still working on. Not even working on, I'm allowing myself to ease into a new pattern and a new habit. But I look at something as the bigger picture first. I always see the bigger picture first, and that can be advantage, and then there can also be a disadvantage. And for me, I feel like it's great that I could be able to see the end result as far as I desire to see it at that time. But also, I can't focus on that bigger picture so much. I should, focus on it when it feels good to focus on it. But I have to get to a place of, okay, what can I do right here and right now? You know, if you're a person that, wants to be a YouTuber or something like that, maybe you're not even a person that's comfortable even being on camera, then your first task is becoming more comfortable with being on camera. Or you don't even have to do videos where you're on camera. You can do other type of videos. Just allow the inspiration to come. Every person, every place, and everything is inspiration. Every person, every place, and everything, every encounter, every experience that you have is inspiration for something more for you. If you become more aware of your life, and you'll begin to see the awareness of things showing up in your life the way you want them to. And sometimes you may not even understand it. I have some things that I desire, that I feel myself, because I'm becoming more aware of how my life is lining up, and I can see that it is progressing towards that direction. However, I don't understand the entire path. I don't know, when these particular things will show up in my life. But at the same time, I'm enjoying the ride. And that is what life is about. It's about the journey, it's about the ride. Yes, you're going to get the big, huge things that you want, but you have to just allow yourself to just enjoy the ride. If you did anything in life, only do it for the fact that it actually makes you happy. And if you're doing something and you feel like, well, this particular thing I'm doing, I feel like I need to do, but it's not making me happy, you need to find the happiness, the love, the peace within it first, to allow that to either progress, grow, evolve, or for it to change, for you to do something else. Like, you have to do it now. That's when it goes back to showing appreciation, showing gratitude. What can you say about this that's positive? Like, I was in a relationship at one point, and I could legit look him in his face and say there was nothing positive about this relationship. And that's the bitter side. There's multiple sides of multiple people. Well, it's multiple sides of every person. That's what I tried to say. And I mean, there's different, there's a happy version of you, there's a sad version of you, there's an angry version of you, there's a frustrated version of you, there's a worried version of you, there's all these different versions of yourself. And it's just like, what part of that of yourself do you desire to see more than anything? You desire to see a happy you, a peaceful you, a you that feels good. I mean, and point blank period, you just want to be in an emotional place that makes you feel good. I mean, really, that's all it is. So if you understand that at the place of peace, at a place of relaxation, of calmness, of love, of joy, of happiness, when you understand that staying or allowing yourself to be in those emotional places more often than any other ones, you have to learn how to get yourself there. But when you allow yourself to be there more often than anything else, you will begin to literally see your life change. Some people are outer directed, meaning whatever they see in their experience, they are always barking back at it. It's kind of like you stand in front of a dog and a dog is barking at you, and you're barking back because the dog is barking at you. And it's just like, why are you doing that? Do you like the fact that the dog is barking at you? And you're just like, no, but he's barking at me. And it's just like, okay, well, do you not realize that the reason why, even though the dog probably may have came to you first and barked, it's a real cute, small, cuddly dog. It's a real, real cute dog. Look, I'm trying to like clear this up, because I'm just like, I don't want to come across nothing like that. But it's a very cute, friendly dog, but he's barking because he loves you. Okay, you see how we switched it up? That was cute. So, yeah, so if you want to stop the dog to start barking at you, you can't retaliate, like you can't bark back. That's pointless because you're creating more of it, you know. I used to always sense stuff like that when I was a child. I could always sense when I knew that experience that I was in was about to escalate. Like two people that were probably going back and forth. You could feel the tension just rising and rising and rising when you just like, oh, something about to happen, you know? And it's just kind of like that. So it's like if you keep barking at it, if you keep yelling at the person, if you keep retaliating, if you keep doing this stuff, it's only going to escalate. It only gets bigger. And it doesn't have to always get bigger with that person. It just becomes different faces, same experience, same energy. It's just different people. And so, for instance, if you go to the store and somebody did something to you that you thought was rude, okay? I always use the rude scenario, but yeah, somebody did something to you that they thought that you thought was rude, and now you irritated in your head. How in the world could they do something like that? You know, you going through all of this and you feeling some type of way in your head, and now you in the car talking about it with your homegirl, like, girl, can you really believe they did that and stuff? And you're continuing to keep that type of energy, whatever that emotional place is, whatever that emotional place is, you have to, um, sorry, I lost my track of thought. You have to keep it level. You have to keep it balanced. I'm sorry, my son was over there talking to me and looked at him. But yeah, I mean that's what it's all about. It's about learning how to allow yourself to keep yourself at an emotional place that feels good. So that does not mean that you should striving to be happy every single day. And when you're not happy on a day, then you feel bad about the fact that you're not happy. That's ridiculous, you know. And you can take yourself to that place, and then you have to snap out of it. Like, okay, if I realize that I am the creator of my own reality, and then me feeling bad about the fact that I'm feeling bad is making it worse, I just need to calm down. What better thing to do is just to breathe. Just, inhale. That was a real quick. But, just inhale and just breathe in, breathe out, calm down, chillax. Everything is okay. And so when you understand that, your life changes. Like your entire life changes. You just have to learn how to care about yourself more. And when I say care about yourself, I mean you have to learn how to not allow yourself to be wavered by outside circumstances. Because really, there's no outside circumstance. The circumstance is something that has been projected out through you. So whatever type of experience, don't judge it, don't blame it, you know, don't blame other people and all this kind of stuff. No, 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 no. You are the one that is aware of this experience right here and right now. You don't have to go into oh, it's all because of me. This is happening all because of me. I can't get it together. No, you don't take yourself there either. It's kind of like, I understand that this is a experience, and I also understand that this is a experience that I truly don't desire to have. So what do I understand out of this more? I understand that I would have liked for it to go A, B, C, and D. And it's like you talk yourself down to it and you just begin to realize that, dang, it wasn't even that bad in the first place. It's just like I chopped it up in my head to think that it was bigger than what it really was, you know? So, this is almost about 20 minutes. I won't stay up here for no more than about 30 minutes. But yeah, I'm drinking some wine. I love Stella Rose. Stella Rosa. And I know that they have wine and that, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that it doesn't have a whole lot. Look, it might be the wine in here a little bit, y'all. Because I have been sipping on a little bit of wine, but not too much. Just, I have a lot left in my cup. But Stella Rosa. The wine tastes real good. And so, with it tasting real good, you know, it don't really, I feel like it don't have a whole lot of alcohol in it because, you know, I don't know, you don't really feel it like it. Yeah, they say Stella Rosa is real weak, you know. I was just on the POL. I'm talking. I'm talking. I'm talking. So yes, I have a website. It's called selfloveprincess.com, where it's my blog and pretty much all I talk about now as far as like self love, spirituality, manifestation, law of attraction, like, whatever, all of those type of things. I talk about on my channel and how it, how I use it in my life. I put different, scenarios and situations. So on my podcast, I guess I can say this on my live. As you can see, I have been consistently putting out podcast episodes, and I am starting to develop new segments within my podcast. It used to be where I'm just literally doing what I'm doing now, just talking about, you know, um, manifestation and stuff like that. But I've added a couple more segments. And one of them is called As Princess, because the name of my podcast is the Self Love Princess Podcast. Self Love Princess Podcast. And I was like, cool. Like, I like to answer questions and stuff or give my opinion and just kind of give my opinion based upon the things that I am understanding about life. And so, but it's not like it's not just, I don't know how to say it. Some of it is kind of vulgar, so it's not like, I don't know. I guess it's no right or wrong in none of this. It's just how I desire to do it, right? So yeah, I have that segment coming out, and then there was another one where I kind of go in and I like debunk my tweets and stuff. And I thought that would be an interesting concept because um, my tweets, I have a reason behind every tweet that I post. And sometimes people may look at it and have their perspective about what I tweeted. But I want to give off my opinion about what my tweet meant. Because probably when I tweeted about something, it was probably like a big, like, I don't know, I had like a aha moment about something. And it may be like one little sentence, but it meant so much. And I don't know, just to give people give them different perspectives about the things that I tweet. So, like, for instance, if it's not pulled up on my iPad, then I'll just leave it alone. Oh, but guess what? We are signed in. Okay, no, we're not. So let me see if I can pull it up. Boom, they're gonna be right there. Everything's working out. Okay. Okay, so like my last tweet right here, it says energy flows where attention goes. And I understand that so much more now. And it just made me think about, when you're younger and your mom is doing your hair and you have your head a certain way. And you feel like you can keep your head that way that they want you to. But then you want to look off to the side to look at the TV. And so, as your eyes is focused on the TV, even though you're supposed to keep your head down, I know you see this lace right here, but guess what? It's okay. Um, keep your head down or whatever. But your eyes is focused on the TV. Your head is going to begin to drift upward to watch the TV. It's happened so many times. I never even realized it, and so that's, to me, I feel like that's a good example of energy flows where attention goes. And I said, all is done, so just have fun. That's just all about just living your life. Like, just legit live your life. Live your life, live your life, live your life. Um, and just do things that you enjoy. Everything doesn't have to have fun, but be fun, but it can at least be something that you like, something that you enjoy. What's another one I put up here? So somebody tweeted and said, I want it all. I want the career, I want the love, I want the life. And so everybody's experience of what they desire for their career, their love life, and what they see for their life is all different, and it's all good. So everybody can have everything that they want. I believe that. And so I retweeted it and I said, it is already done. Because at the end of the day, it's nothing more that you have to do. You don't take your hands out of it. This is, take your hands out. I was going to say this is not your fight. It's not a fight. But if you believe in God, allow Him to move, okay? Allow Him to move in your life, all right? Yeah. So let's see what else. I said many times we see others with the things that we want and doing the things that we want to do before we do it. So, when it comes to things that you truly desire in your life, you may begin to see an abundance of people that is doing the same exact thing. And so to you, you may feel like, well, there's enough people doing it. But no, that's a sign of saying, see, it's giving you inspiration. Okay, you see such and such over there? They're doing it. Watch this. Find inspiration through that. You see this person over here? Guess what? They're doing it. It may be people that you don't know. It may be people on social media. It may be people that you even actually know. Like say for instance, if you're looking for a job and your friend calls you and just like, girl, guess what? I just got a job. And it's just like, first of all, I didn't even know that you were applying for jobs, but okay. And so that may be some people's reaction towards that. But if you're a good friend, you're going to be like, oh my God, girl, congratulations. Or you're at least going to give off that energy. And so it's more so about the energy that you're giving off internally inside of yourself. Like, are you genuinely happy for her? You should be, okay? Because her experience is showing you what is to come for yourself, because you are projecting out a experience. So you're projecting out an experience of your friend calling you, telling you about a job that she just got. So with that being projected out to you and you're seeing it out there at her, all is one and one is all. That means that, baby girl, this is on its way to you. And um you can always uh use these experiences as the perspective of how it resonates with you. For example, when people see people dying all around them, they think like, oh my gosh, everybody is freaking dying. And it's just like, I choose not to think that. When it's my time, and I desire for my time to be, very far up in age, older, like 100 years old or something, after I've lived a full life. I believe that that is everybody's desire. And it's like, okay, I'm just going to allow that to be my desire and just leave it alone. Now, through that, I'm just going to live my life. And so when you see things like that happening around you, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to happen to you if you become fearful of it, But if you just I take it as, wow, you know it's the circle of life. It's just a phase ending and a new phase beginning, because just depending on what your belief is, people that pass away, they're on to, you know a better place, a different place. They're on to the next journey, whatever their experience may be. And so you have to kind of learn how to change your perspective about stuff like that, because if you learn how to change perspective, the better you feel about it, and you don't ever want to allow anything to allow you to feel fearful, you know. So if it means to change your perspective about it, everything is just the way it is. Everything is the way you see it to be. So if you believe a certain way, then so it be. If you believe in opposing way, and so it be. I used to have a difficult, and I'm almost about to get ready to wrap up, but I want to say this. I used to literally, like, try to convince people to believe the way that I believe, because I believe that my way was right. But I understand that the what I believe is to my preference, to what resonates with me, and all people won't resonate with, my beliefs and my understandings about how life works. But it's not about me trying to change other people's beliefs. It's about me living my life authentically the way that I truly desire to live my life. And as long as I am doing that, and people begin to see success in my life, but them is irrelevant. I'm just living my life, doing the things that truly make me happy, because that's what all people want to do in the first place. Everybody just want to be happy. And through that, if people find inspiration in my life, the way that I think, the way that I speak, and if people ask me, hey, all these things, all these amazing things are happening, how? And then that's when you can reference, like, well, this is what I believe. This is what I think. This is what I allow my mentality to be. So I no longer, desire to change anybody's feelings. I mean, change anybody's views or opinions, or anything. I just make peace with it because, quite frankly, I am projecting out an experience with somebody that I disagree with. And so through that, I realized that, okay, in this moment, I choose. I choose to either adopt this person's, mentality, not their complete mentality, but I press accept on, um, picking up this person's belief about this particular thing, or do I not? Like, do I or do I not, or whatever. And so you made that decision. You just say, okay, I choose not to believe in that way, but I'm willing to hear them out. I'm always open to different perspectives about things. And you just pick the things that resonates with you, that feels best for you. And through you living your life, and through you living your life, you will inspire others authentically, naturally, you know, naturally. I mean, that's just how it is. That is just how it is, y'all. Well, I have been talking and sitting here for about 30 minutes. I guess I'll let this go ahead and go on my page, and just remember that it is possible for things to go your way. And when they don't, which I call them the ebbs of flows of life, because this particular apartment that I was in wasn't my first choice when I moved from this location from my last location. It wasn't my first choice. However, I do believe that everything happens for a reason. Like, I wasn't up to speed with the particular thing that I truly desire. I had a lot of anxiety about whether or not I was going to get approved or not approved. I was just too hung up on the subject just in general. So I completely understand vibrationally the reason why I did not get my first pick for my apartment. It's just like, where are you vibrationally with it? I had a lot of thoughts about that. And so when I officially let go, this apartment came up, because at the end of the day, I didn't even find this apartment on the internet at all. The only apartment I found, apartment close to this one, and I was trying to drive out of the neighborhood, and I stumbled upon this one. So it's just like, okay, yeah, this is pretty meant to be. I'm supposed to be here for some reason. Like, I'm supposed to be here. You know, and so it made sense. And I wasn't so, because I began to think about life like this, and then I'll hang this up. If something doesn't go exactly the way that I desire it to go, I know that it has to be better. Like, it has to be better. There was a time where I desired to have a lump sum of money, and that lump sum of money came to me. At least it was presented to me. And then once it was presented, I was happy, excited about it. Like, okay, I understand this. Like, I asked for this. Great, it's here. However, time passed, and the offer was taken back. The offer was taken back. So in my head, well, for most people, they're probably like, oh my God, da, 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 da. I didn't do that. I was just like, really? Like, I'm not? Okay. And she was just like, no, are you okay? And it's just like, I'm fine. And it's just like, why do I have that type of mentality behind it? Because I'm just like, okay, if I am the creator of my own reality, and in this particular situation, I desired to have this particular thing. This thing was, offered to me, and I was excited about it, and then it was taken back. That means that something has to be better. It has to be better. Like, everything is always on the up leveling. It's just, I have to let go of the subject. You just have to literally let go of the subject. And so when I let go of the subject, then it came back twofold, and I actually end up getting it. It's just like, once you let off the subject, you let off the thing that you surrender, you just find peace in the subjects that just does the most dampering in your emotional space. You have to learn how to keep yourself emotionally balanced. Like, you can't allow stuff that doesn't matter to affect you. if you remember that everything that's within inside of you is being projected outward. So if you understand that you are creating these experiences with these people in these places with these things, if you begin to look at life that way, you will no longer be so triggered by things that doesn't go, you know, the way that you desired it to go. You'll be like, okay, I'm gonna make peace with it because I know that whatever's about to get ready to come, it has to be better. You know, it has to be better. And so with me coming to this particular apartment, I was just like, okay, well, it just has to be better. It has to be better. I'm here. I'm here for a reason, you know? And everything is always evolutionary. Y'all know what I mean? It's getting bigger. Everything is progressive. Everything is just growing and growing and growing. Everything is always up. Because at the end of the day, with any type of thing that you truly desire and that you want in life, once you get it, you're gonna be on to the next thing. You're gonna enjoy it for a while, and then after a while, you're gonna be like, okay, next. Like you're gonna be on to the next thing. You're gonna be on to the next thing. You know, kids are kind of sometimes looked at as quote unquote ungrateful when they don't seem to be so appreciative about the things they want. Kids are the master at manifesting, but don't even realize the power that they hold. And so when they do that and they get the thing, they're on to the next thing. It was just more so excited about the fact that they saw the thing. And then once they get the thing, it's just kind of like, okay, I'm on to the next thing. But I was listening to one of I would consider my spiritual teachers. Um, that and I listened to different spiritual teachers, but they were just like, well, that's why they don't feel satisfied sometimes. Well, that's why sometimes they don't feel satisfied with the thing because they're looking at those things as a means of sporadic happiness, but the happiness just lies within inside of yourself. Like you become more peaceful, you become more happy about life because you know that any and everything that you truly desire lies within inside of me. So if I really want it, it'll just be mine. And so if you always live your life at that place, like I know I'm gonna get it. You know, I'm not even stressing about it. I'm just living my life. I'm just doing what I want to do, how I want to do it, through the things that I feel like that I need to do that I truly don't desire to do. I find peace within it. I find peace within everything. I find peace in where I stay. I find peace in what I drive. I find peace in what I look like. I find a nice middle ground, and I allow myself to be in a peaceful place and for my life experience to be inspiration for me to ask for more. That is what life is about. We did not come here for a mission to save the world, because you can't save the world, because everything that is and will ever be already exists. So you can't get rid of anything. You just learn how to become more aware of something or not aware of something, you know? So in the eyes of seeing poverty, you just you see life as, wow, it's so much just scarcity. It's so much, homelessness around me. But then you realize, okay, but if I just kind of refocus my attention a little bit, I can be in a completely different experience somewhere else where you don't see any scarcity. Everything looks like it's a place of abundance. And it's just like, wow, people are really succeeding in life. It's just like, no, you are just in awareness of people that are succeeding. Or are you going to be more so focused on the direction of the people that are, not succeeding? Like, what is your focus really on? Like, you have to learn to understand how to talk about money, how to talk about people. Like, at the end of the day, it ain't no point in talking about, irrelevant stuff when it comes to like other people's situations, other people's relationship issues and stuff like that. Things that you're hearing through the grapevine, people being sick or bad things happening to people. All of that stuff is quite frankly irrelevant. It's irrelevant because it's something that will always be. It has always been here. It will always be here. So it's just like, okay, well, now that I know that it would just always be, then I should just focus my attention on what I desire to focus my attention on. And so I don't talk about the negative stuff or that's happening in people's lives or happening in my life because I don't want to create more of that. If I know that I am the creator of my own reality, why would I go back there? you know? And I'm not saying that I am living this completely. I understand that this works because when it is in when I am when I am in awareness of a moment of where I feel like I am out of sync with my true self, I can feel it. I can become aware of it, and then I don't want to say correct. I just want to say allow myself to be at a different emotional place, you know? So, in the sight of feeling bored, I desire to feel inspired. So, what do I truly desire to do in this moment? And then it's just like I allow those thoughts to flow. I allow intuitive me to do, things that I intuitively just thought of. That is literally how this thing works. Okay. Well, get somebody get ready to get off lawn right now because my eyelash is itching. So I'm gonna take that as a sign of guess what, honey, you are done. So I am done. All right, so I will be talking to y'all soon, and thank you for listening. Bye bye.